and welcome back to my channel. You're absolutely welcome. If you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe and make sure to turn on the notification bell so when I upload new videos like this one, you will get it first. Also, you can share the videos, you can share the content, absolutely. And please make sure to get in the comment section and let us engage in the comment section. Why not? So guys, what is it with pastors and cheating on their wives? What is it with these preachers and infidelity? You would think that people who claim to be the representatives of Jesus would know how to keep it in their pants. You would think that Jesus would whisper in their ears and tell them, "Oi, don't do that." But no. For some reason, these people, the Jesus representatives, they can never seem to keep it in their pants. Their phallus are always very active with church members, with children. What is it with these people? It goes to show that either Jesus doesn't care about them or that Jesus and God does not exist. There's a problem. So anyway, this particular man, this is not the first time he has been engaged. It's not the first time. So let's talk about our dear pastor, Pastor John Gray. So in 2019, his infidelity made the headlines. He had been cheating on his wife, but he claimed that he had only cheated emotionally and never became physical with his cheating partner. John Gray is an American pastor and preacher. He currently assumes the role of the head pastor at Relentless Church. Gray was previously an associate pastor under Joel Osteen at the Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, and as of 2020, he still preaches there regularly. So even with all the allegations of cheating, Joel Osteen still has John Gray coming over to come and preach. Hey, because God forgives. In Christianity, all you have to do is just, "God, please, just have mercy on me." And you're as good as, start all over again. John Gray has his own reality TV program, The Book of John Gray, which he broadcasts with Oprah Winfrey, and he features his pastoral responsibilities, mentorship of individuals in need, and life as one of America's high-profile pastors. More like life as one of America's high-profile cheating pastors. So John Gray was caught in an infidelity storm in the year 2019. He allegedly cheated on his wife with another woman, but the name of his affair partner has yet to be revealed. Pastor Gray said his affair was emotional and not physical. He claims that when him and his wife were having problems, he confided in someone other than a counselor or a pastoral leader and admitted that it was wrong in an interview. A video of Gray chatting to his claimed mistress shows him disparaging his wife and whining about her not cooking and their youngest having to eat pizza as a result. It is unknown who the mistresses were or how long their connections lasted. The news of his cheating rumor did not settle well for his followers, as they made hundreds of posts of outpouring their outrage on various social media platforms. So, after that cheating allegation, he seemed to have learned his lesson, he claimed. and made several attempts to make a truce with his wife, made a lengthy Instagram post to uplift his wife. He wrote a few months ago, I sat down from leading at Relentless. My life wasn't in order. The church isn't first. My wife is. This is my wife. She is from God and she's a life giver. She's a kingdom builder. He even said his wife deserves better. He bought her a nice new car, just really long. And
one time. But being in the presence of someone is not the same as sleeping with them. I did not sleep with anyone. There's no baby. There's none of that. And so it's important for me to take responsibility for the areas where I did come up short. Okay. Sharing things about my marriage outside of my wife and outside of trusted counselors is an emotional affair. It was wrong. I take responsibility for that. But I will not take responsibility for that which I did not do. As a pastor, it's important for people to know that when I get up in that pulpit, I come not as a perfect man, but as a broken man, which is why we talked about these very things at the first sermon of our church. Right. People act like this is something, brand new, but we've walked through this. We have peace, but people don't. Yeah. So, again, this the genesis of this was over a year ago, but we talked about this in May at our church, and so we're moving forward. We're believing God that this will be an opportunity for other people to heal. But I do want to set that record straight.
So like you just said,
and guys, once again, he is being accused of cheating. Last week, a lady on YouTube called Tasha K posted a video calling out Pastor John Gray of the Relentless Church of allegedly having a conversation with a woman.
So let me tell you what the video encompasses, okay? So the video is him in a robe and it's wide open. Wide open. And to the point where his stomach, Teddy, I'm gonna have to borrow you for a second. Give me a second. I know he tired of being a demonstration. Teddy say he got 1 million followers. He ain't got no business coming from a bed with no sheets, building this channel to being hold on. I just want to show you what the video was like with John. Okay, real quick before we get to this young dro. I need my phone. So this was John Gray. This was John. Teddy, you got to get in this. Oh, now. This was John Gray. Laid down. And he had the phone. And then he took his 2 fingers. 2 fingers. It's way more explicit on the app. TashaKLive.com. We got a 3-part series. It's a lot. It was so much so that it make it to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. They on my app. I appreciate the love. He took 2 fingers. That's all he can grab it with was 2 fingers. Like I said, it was borderline child's. And he couldn't reach it really, so he was, wiggling it in the camera. Then he turned the camera around because, most people can go like this and see. But he couldn't do that. Right? He couldn't do that because it was the circumference, of the velocity of the stomach. So he had to turn his camera around and do like this, and he wiggled the micro penis after preaching earlier that day at Relentless Church and told the girl, you need to come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta. Then he put the face back in the camera and said, come on, you got to come to Atlanta. And he just wiggling. He can't even see it. If he saw what we saw, he wouldn't be wiggling it. He wouldn't do that to us. And he wouldn't put it in no camera if he saw what we saw. See, mirrors make it look bigger. Cameras make it look bigger. But what I saw, I literally want to sue this man. I want to sue him. I should have never had to get that out of, I should have never had that come into my brain. Because you can never get it out.
To be the religious leader's mistress. She said, he's sending me cash apps. He said he's going to move me to Atlanta. He's going to buy me a house. He's going to buy me a car. That's Tasha K claimed, the alleged mistress. The vlogger explained that the alleged mistress claims that she has had virtual sessions with the pastor for a month before realizing he was the well-known Pastor John Gray. Tasha claims that the woman was virtually pleasing Gray over the phone and had been told that she would receive all of the material possessions. So, after pleasing Gray, the alleged mistress was left dissatisfied. Fellow YouTube personality Larry Reed stepped into the situation to get some clarity on the alleged affair. Reed posted a video offering his update on the allegations after having his own personal conversation with the alleged mistress. He also revealed the video the alleged mistress sent to Tasha K, confirming her alleged relations with Gray. I know that Pastor John Gray is not wicked. He is wounded, Reed said. He's not telling his whole story. So Reed touched on the deep-rooted pain Pastor Gray is possibly experiencing personally that he is not comfortable with sharing in the public. And from the little that I've heard, it looks like John Gray says he was molested as a child. He sometimes questions his sexuality because of being molested, and I'm not sure if he was completely raped, or I really don't know, but it looks like he was molested as a child, and that's the excuse that he gives for the reasons why he does the things he does. After speaking with the alleged mistress, Reed said that the woman has never met Gray personally. Her relations with Gray were all virtual, but it looks like John Gray, he had videos and pictures of himself where he would pleasure himself while talking to this lady. You know, it's just baffling. Why is it always these men? You know, these people who are supposed to be the God representatives, always caught in compromising situations. Why? Why is it always the Jesus people? You know, why is it always them? What happened to God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? Why aren't they on the case? Why are they putting these men in check and telling them to keep their fallacies in their pants? Huh? The other day I watched a video on Dr. Phil about this man, one of these pastors who had cheated on his wife. Instead of saying, you know, I erred, I did wrong, I shouldn't have done what I did, he was busy giving excuses that at least the person he cheated with was a Christian woman and not a transgender and not an unbeliever. Can you believe this? He was telling people that at least the person he cheated with was someone who is also a Christian woman. So it's a good thing that he has cheated with a Christian woman and not a transgender or an unbeliever like myself. Guys, ridiculous. These Christian pastors and preachers, the lengths they will go to, it's laughable. They make their Christianity a joke, a huge joke. And this pastor, it looks like he has been caught. This is several times now. And I bet there's no smoke without fire. There must be things that haven't come to light yet, which I'm sure very soon would be out in the open. Well, guys, let me know what your thoughts are about this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you.
John Gray has publicly honored his wife on social media. You know, he did allegedly cheat again. He says he has emotionally cheated but never slept with another woman. And he went on in this post. It's a very long post, but he said, a few months ago, I sat down from leading at Relentless. My life wasn't in order. Church isn't first. My wife is. This is my wife. She is from God. She is a life giver. She is a kingdom builder. Her name is Aventa. I met her at church. She was worshiping God through dance. And then he said, I never knew what consistent discipline, planning, leadership, manhood, or personal holiness in action from a man's standpoint looked like. And so then he goes on to say, I started intense counseling, personal and for my marriage in the summer, scariest thing ever, most necessary thing ever. I had no one to blame. My life is my responsibility. Admit you're wrong. God deserves better. My wife deserves better. The pain I caused her is immeasurable. So he said, because he publicly embarrassed her, he wants to be just as loud about public honor.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do, right? I mean, you know.